If you're over 60, the internet thinks you only care about medical alerts, funeral plans, and big print crossword puzzles.
We're here to prove it wrong. Today, we're sharing 10 websites that actually help you save money, travel smarter, and have some fun.
These websites are neither scammy nor spammy. Rest assured that none of them are going to hit you with a pop-up that says, "You just won a cruise."
They're built for people who still have a lot of living left to do. No one here assumes we're just killing time until bingo night.
Stick around. We did the digging so you don't have to. Welcome to Half Right, where being over 60 doesn't mean you're done learning. It just means you're done putting up with nonsense.
This channel is for people who are curious, not clueless. You won't find any how to send an email tutorials here.
The 10 websites we're going to talk about today aren't Grandma Finds the Power Button websites. These are actually tools that we'd recommend to our friends.
We picked the sites because at least one of us actually uses them and likes them.
Okay, let's jump into the first one before another notification tries to sell us a medical bracelet. The first website on our list is AARP. Unfortunately and unfairly, it has a reputation as the official welcome committee to Jurassic Junction.
Yeah, I know. But the site actually has some really useful tools for saving money, planning travel, making retirement less confusing, and all kinds of other stuff. All right, so let's get started. AARP gives you lots of information and resources about health, money, skills or jobs if you're interested, Social Security, Medicare, games, travel, and many, many more. You can certainly, with a membership, and if you notice at the time of recording, there was a good discount on the membership. You can also get the AARP magazine and the AARP bulletin. One of my favorite websites. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, we've been AARP members for years, but we don't utilize as many of their resources as we really should.
I do.
Says you.
For the record, none of the sites we'll be mentioning are sponsoring us. We're still too small to be corrupted.
Give us time.
If you're healthy, mobile, and a little restless, you don't have to just sit at home and scroll. You can actually go somewhere interesting and get paid for it.
CoolWorks is a site for seasonal jobs in some incredible locations. It's how I found my gigs, and it's perfect if you want an adventure with a paycheck. Let's take a look. Well, CoolWorks is basically a job board for people who want a little adventure in their lives. They offer all kinds of jobs on here. There's national parks, lodges, campgrounds, ski resorts. Let's scroll down and see what some of their featured jobs are right now. So we've got a ranch here. That's usually a dude ranch. Campground. Got a lodge. Looks like another campground. So yeah, there's a whole section on find a job here. And actually, they've got a section over here for us, specifically older and bolder. But before I go on, I used CoolWorks to find my 2 seasonal gigs that I did, and I can attest that it's a legit site. There's no scams here. It doesn't cost any money. It's just a job board, and it's legit. So let's look at older and bolder for us over 60. So yeah, the specific site is going to tell you here everything you need to know. Check it out. If it's in your DNA that you're in retirement and you're looking for an adventure, hey, seasonal jobs aren't for everybody, but it's worth checking out. So give CoolWorks a look.
I, for one, hope that your seasonal work days are over.
Well, they probably are after last time when the roof literally caved in while I was gone. That left me a little traumatized.
And the creatures and I really miss you.
Oh, and I miss you too. Okay, well, whether you're retired, semi-retired, or whatever you choose to call it, it doesn't mean you stop paying attention to your money. If anything, it matters more.
The next site is called YNAB, short for You Need a Budget. It's not free, but it's worth every penny if you want to know where your money is going instead of wondering where it all went. I use it every week and I love it. This next website is one of my favorites. I know I said that about the first one, but this one truly is something that I use every week and the accompanying app every single day. I've been using it for at least 5 years. It is called YNAB, or You Need a Budget. And it allows you to, if you can think of, in the olden days, how we used to have envelopes for every category of expenses and we would put cash in them. Well, this is the electronic version of that. So you can keep track of the money that you have and how you want to spend it. I can tell you that when I first started using YNAB, I literally got out of debt, had money to save, and now I love it, right? Getting, in my case, close to retirement, it allows me to forecast how we're doing in terms of money. So anyway, so you have the website, the page. You can, of course, have the accompanying app, and allows you to have control of your finances. Again, in retirement, we have to be very careful. They have a free 34-day trial to get you started and see if that's a good fit for you. Again, I cannot say enough good things about YNAB.
Yeah, I can attest that since you started using YNAB, it did help us to get out of debt. But for the longest time, since you use it and I don't, every time you said it, I thought you were saying wine app. I thought, well, that's a peculiar name for a financial site, but no, it's YNAB.
Is there a beer app?
Yeah, maybe.
People talk about staying physically active after 60, but staying mentally active matters just as much.
I've been subscribed to the Great Courses Plus for years. They had a rough detour when they briefly rebranded as Wondrium, but fortunately, they came back to what they do best, real lectures and real learning. It's not free, but the yearly plan is absolutely worth it if you're a lifelong learner like me. This is the Great Courses Plus. They operate through a media company called the Teaching Company, and they've been around since 1990. So that goes back to when they offered their material on VHS tapes. I've been subscribed to them quite a few years, 7 or 8 years at least. And I really love their site. They offer a full lecture series taught by real professors and on almost any topic that you can think of. Here's a few of their subjects: art, business and finance, food and drink, health and mindfulness. You can see, and you can just look at the variety of courses they've got here. They've even got one on the Black Death. So yeah, that if you're a lifelong learner like I am, this is just like a kid in a candy store. And I've used them for years, like I said. And if you're the type of person who enjoys learning just for the sake of it, you owe it to yourself to give this site a look.
Is there a great course about how to load the dishwasher the right way?
There may be, but I avoid it like the plague. Well, we're sticking with the education theme here because staying curious after 60 is one of the best habits you can have.
edX lets you audit thousands of college courses for free. History, science, tech, philosophy, you name it. Certificates cost extra, but the learning itself doesn't. It's a fantastic resource for lifelong learners. This is similar to another one that I used to love, Coursera, but I'm really liking the type of courses and the setup for this particular page. It allows you to determine if you want to study just individual courses, go for a certificate, or even an advanced degree. Yes, there's some pay options if you want the certificate, but you can also audit the courses. So I can tell you that in retirement, one of my goals is to uh, learn Italian. And so I already found a very nice 12-week course. It is self-paced, and it shows me that I can audit it. So what a great way to continue learning, be a lifelong learner, even in retirement.
So I have to admit that before this, I was not familiar with edX, but I checked it out and it looks very intriguing. I'm going to have to look into it, do a deeper dive into edX.
Sounds good. Lifelong learning doesn't have to happen in your living room. Sometimes the best education starts with a suitcase.
Road Scholar builds educational trips all over the world specifically for adults our age. It's perfect if you want adventure with some depth rather than crowds, tour buses, or a cruise ship full of spring breakers yelling, "Woo!" Okay, and this is Road Scholar. It's a unique site. Road Scholar creates travel programs built around learning, and you can browse by country, topic, or your specific interests. So let's click on Find a Trip and see what's here. So you can filter by destinations, interests, date range, activity level, duration, price range, which is good because as you can see, that it comes in all sorts of prices. This one, $20,000 to go to Antarctica. No, I've already been to the North Pole on a submarine many years ago, and going to one of the Earth's poles is plenty for me. Thank you very much. But hey, if you're interested in going to Antarctica, they can hook you up on this site. What I really like about this site, though, is that the trips are geared toward adults who want more than just sightseeing and local bars. So if you're looking for travel that actually teaches you something, this is a good place to start. So check it out.
Road Scholar, huh? Is that my retirement carrot?
If you're nice.
Oh, never mind.
This next one is for those of us whose joints creak so loud that we're not sure whether we should call an orthopedist or a mechanic.
Hinge Health is online physical therapy you do from home with licensed physical therapists guiding you. It's not free, but many insurance plans cover it. I use it myself. I actually stumbled upon it because I hurt my elbow. I developed tennis elbow. And what I really liked is that I actually had a consultation via video chat with a physical therapist who asked me to do a few movements to determine, what the issue was. And then she gave me some exercises to do. And I can do them through a very handy app. And it reminds me when to do them, for how long. It has a timer. And every week, the exercises change. And it asks me how I'm doing, if I feel better. It gives me some additional materials to read about it. And so I really like, even if I'm not hurt, this would be a fantastic option for having a strong back, strong muscles, and stay healthy through retirement.
Now, I have to admit that when you first told me about Hinge Health, I was a little skeptical about physical therapy online, but you swear that it's helped you.
For sure. My tennis elbow is almost gone.
Okay, fair enough.
It would be a little weird to talk about great websites for people over 60 and ignore the one you're watching right now.
On YouTube, you can learn a language, fix a sink, watch a university lecture, or find niche channels like ours, and fall into a few bizarre rabbit holes along the way, all without paying a dime. Let me show you just a few of my favorite channels. Well, the respectable ones anyway. Okay, here we are on YouTube, and I'm going to share just a few of my channels. I watch quite a few channels, but I'm just going to share 3 of the ones that I like. Oh wow, look, there we are. How cool is that? Anyway, let's go to the first one. The first one is How to Barbecue Right. I love cooking on the smoker in the backyard. And when I first got it a few years ago, I was looking for a backyard barbecue mentor, and I tried quite a few channels. I like quite a few, but I've picked this one as my favorite. I like the way Malcolm presents. He knows what he's talking about. Let's move ahead to Kevin Colby. He probably wouldn't like being called a YouTube guru, but he's a teacher. And when I was first starting this channel, when we were first starting this channel, I looked around to a lot of YouTube teachers or gurus, and yeah, they definitely come in all flavors and all levels of quality. But Kevin is the guy that most resonated with me, and I gravitated more toward his channel than anybody else because he teaches. He doesn't brag about how much money he makes on YouTube. He doesn't brag about how fast he got monetized. He doesn't claim that he's cracked the algorithm secret. He just teaches, and that's what I like about him. So if you are starting a new channel or you're thinking about it, I recommend this guy, Kevin. Okay, and the last one I'll tell you about is Timothy Ward. He's just a guy who has chosen to live a minimalist life. He lives his life to his own tune, to his own rules, and I respect that. In fact, watching his channel is what inspired me to give seasonal work a try. But anyway, Tim's a fun guy to watch. So those are some of my favorite channels.
I've seen your YouTube feed, and there's a lot of wrestling there.
Hey, wrestling isn't as lowbrow as a lot of people like to think. Maybe we'll even do an episode to defend wrestling one of these days. But anyway, if you haven't used your library card in a while, this next one might bring it out of retirement.
Libby lets you borrow ebooks and audiobooks from your local library for free, right on your phone or tablet. We both use it and love it. LibbyApp.com, which is, again, you can use it on your computer, on a Kindle, or you can use it on your iPad and definitely on your phone. And it is connected to the library, can be connected to a number of libraries, and it allows you to borrow books, ebooks, or audiobooks for free. And the way you can do it is you select whether you want to borrow audiobooks or books, actually magazines too, and even find out which ones are available now if you don't want to wait. And so I strongly recommend you to go to your public library, get a library card if you don't have one, and then download the Libby app or go on to libbyapp.com and start listening or start reading.
Yeah, we actually do both love and use Libby. I use it all the time, and I actually wanted to do this segment, but you strong-armed me out of it.
I've been working out. Our final site is one of Rick's favorites, and it's basically legal eavesdropping on the whole planet.
Radio Garden lets you jump from a jazz station in Paris to talk radio in Nairobi to a traffic report in Tokyo just by spinning a globe. It's weird, relaxing, and completely free. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is Radio Garden. It's one of those sites on the internet where I can spend half an hour here, and I don't really feel like I've wasted half an hour of my life. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And all these little points of light here, every one of them represents a live radio station that's broadcasting right now. So let's just zoom in. We're in the United States. So let's click on this little dot and see what it is.
Support for online streaming is provided.
Bloomington, Indiana is where we are. We can bring this up and get some more information on it. It tells you exactly what station we're listening to. FM 101.9 in Bloomington, Indiana. Tells you different stations in the area. So that's how nearby in Bloomington, Indiana. And if you want to explore a specific city, you can do that. So mostly it's just surfing around and finding what you want to find. So let's go somewhere else. Heck, let's go all the way over to Australia. Yeah, it's interesting here. You can, because the points of light in Australia, you really get an idea of how much of Australia is uninhabited by humans. But let's zoom in and see what we got. Whoa. Okay. Brisbane. So this is a station in Brisbane. Wow. Okay, what do we got over here? Whoops. So, Coonamble, I've never heard of that, but anyway, you get the idea. This is just one of the more fun little internet rabbit holes that you can go and play in for a while on the internet.
That is so cool.
It is.
I wish I had known about it when I was taking my linguistics courses.
Well, you know about it now. Better late than never.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Subscribing adds years to your life, probably.
You realize that all of these sites got free advertising today.
Yeah, we were basically the Oprah for the over 60 crowd.
Except nobody paid us.
Or gave us a car.
Or gave us a coupon.